Welcome to this channel. Here we are going to talk about the stories of our Holy Bible. And today's story will be about the birth of Moses, so let's go. These are the names of the sons of Jacob who went with him to Egypt, each with his family: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad and Asher. Jacob's direct descendants were 70 people in all. Joseph, the other son, was already in Egypt. Later Joseph and all his brothers died, as did everyone else in that generation. But the descendants of Jacob, the Israelites, had many children and increased so much that they became powerful. And they scattered throughout Egypt. Then Egypt had a new king who knew nothing about Joseph. He said to his people, "Look! The people of Israel are strong and growing faster than we are. In case of war, they could unite with our enemies, fight against us and leave the country. We need to find a way to not let them become even more numerous." So the Egyptians set taskmasters to mistreat the Israelites with heavy work. And so the Israelites built the cities of Pithom and Ramesses, where the king of Egypt guarded the grain crops. But the more the Egyptians mistreated the Israelites, the more they increased. The Egyptians were afraid of them and made them slaves, treating them brutally. They made their lives bitter, forcing them to do hard work in brick-making, construction and plantations. In all the services the Israelites did, they were cruelly treated. The king of Egypt gave Shiphrah and Puah, who were midwives for Israelite women, the following command: "When you go to help Israeli women in their births, do this: if a boy is born, kill him, but if a girl is born, let her live." But the midwives feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt had commanded. On the contrary, they let the boys live. So the king sent for the midwives and asked, "Why are you doing this? Why are they letting the boys live?" They replied, "It's just that Israeli women aren't like Egyptian women. They give birth easily, and the children are born before the midwife arrives." The midwives feared God, so he was kind to them and made sure they had families of their own. And the people of Israel increased and became very strong. Then the king gave the following order to all his people: "Throw every male Israelite boy born into the Nile, but let all the female children live." A man and a woman from the tribe of Levi were married. The woman became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She saw that the boy was very handsome and so she hid him for 3 months. As she could no longer hide him, she took a reed basket, filled up the holes with bitumen and pitch, put the boy in it, and left the basket among the reeds on the bank of the river. The boy's sister stayed at a distance to see what would happen to him. The daughter of the king of Egypt went to the river and was bathing while her maids were walking along the bank. Suddenly she saw the basket in the middle of the reeds and sent one of her slaves to fetch it. The princess opened the basket and saw a baby crying. She was very sorry for him and said, "This is an Israeli boy." Then the child's sister asked the princess, "Do you want me to go and call an Israeli woman to breastfeed and raise this child for you?" "Go," replied the princess. So the girl went and brought the boy's own mother. Then the princess said to him, "Take this boy and raise him for me, and I'll pay you for your work." The woman took the child and raised him. When he was already big, she took him to the king's daughter, who adopted him as her son. She named him Moses and said, "I pulled him out of the water." If you liked this video, don't forget to leave your like.